Hi, I'm glad you've hopped on for our digital worship, and I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas and a good New Year's Eve, and here we go, 2026. Right now, I'm really celebrating 2025 at First-Plymouth. Our ministry continued to grow. We had a record amount of people on Christmas Eve service in person, 4,257. We also just set a record for the amount of new members that have joined First-Plymouth this year, 244. And while it's wonderful to grow numerically, it's extra special when you grow spiritually. And we've been growing in our justice ministries and serving the poor. The amazing Hope House is underway where we help people navigate to all the social services here in Lincoln. We also are about to begin zero-interest car loans to the working poor in this census tract. We also have days where you can get free gas and we do free laundry. The way we're coming alongside the poor is so powerful. We also are part of Justice in Action, where the communities in Lincoln, the churches combine to work on larger justice issues like affordable housing. We have an indigenous working group working with some Native American groups in town. We have groups that are serving at all the nonprofits. Growing spiritually is just awesome. So I'm thankful for that. And listen, I want to take us to a YouTube that was actually done about 4 or 5 years ago. Now, the YouTube channel for First-Plymouth has become its own special thing. We have over 18 million views because many faith communities look at the way we do hymns or the way we do choral anthems so that they can create their own sacred music. Well, I want to take you to a special moment. We had a minister of music here named Ariel Marable for a number of years, and he would sing in a way that just ignited worship here. He's a beautiful spirit, but as a singer, he had some unique gift to move the heart. And here's a video that we filmed during COVID when we couldn't have live music for a few months. And so you'll see the choir behind him in masks. So trigger warning, I know COVID was rough for all of us. But listen closely to this song. It begins slowly, but then as the choir comes in and he builds to this line, "Do not be afraid, all is well," you'll feel your heart moved. Listen to this.
I shall not fear the arrow by day, nor shall I fear the terror by night. The God who governs angel armies has set encampments around me. Whom shall I fear? Set encampments around me. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear?
So if you go to First-Plymouth's website and you hit About Us, you might find your way to the guiding principles here at First-Plymouth. I just wrote these. They're not some official document. I just was trying to describe our congregation. And the first guiding principle is pretty simple and obvious. We are Christian. And I wrote something like, we are Christian because we perceive in Jesus the divine qualities of love and joy and peace and justice. But then I added the sentence, but we don't think Jesus is the only path to God. Now, the reason I added that was I think it's time to show you can be a faithful Christian, but be open to other religions, that other good and heartfelt religions are finding their way to God as well. And I know that that line is read that way because, frankly, I get a lot of correspondence from Christians that think you're not a real Christian if you think it's okay to be Jewish or Muslim or Hindu. So the line conveys what I meant it to, but I want to change it now. I don't want to say that we don't think Jesus is the only path to God. I want to change it to saying we don't think Christianity is the only path to God. Because let me explain. In some particular way, I do think Jesus is the only path to God. But let me explain it. So in 1 John chapter 4, it says, no one has ever seen God, but when we love each other, God abides in us, and God's love is perfected in us, for God is love. I take that as a theological foundation. And so when I think of Jesus Christ, I consider him to be the fullest manifestation of God's love, of the divine in our world. So I think of him as this manifestation of pure cosmic love. And listen to me, I don't think there's any other way to God but through love. You can't get there through hate or fear or violence. So in one way, Jesus is the only path to God. But theologically, I also believe in some way other religions, when they connect to that cosmic love, which I would call Jesus, they're not calling it Jesus, but I would, then they are making their way to God. So I'm going to change that line on our website. You see, I'm worried that too often we are conflating Jesus with Christianity, and that's what I sort of did on that line. I'm going to change it. Jesus and Christianity are not the same thing. Christianity as an organized institutional religion is mostly a human creation. Jesus is a gift from God. Let me remind you of this old Buddhist story. Zen Buddhism uses this story a lot. It talks about when you look at someone pointing to the moon, you wouldn't stay staring at their finger. You look at what they're pointing to. Well, imagine that Christianity is trying to point to the moon, to Christ. Christianity is trying to point to Jesus Christ. But you wouldn't want to stand there and just look at Christianity and get completely absorbed in its doctrines and teachings and creeds. You have to remember, what is Christianity pointing to? It's pointing to Jesus Christ. That's always the very heart, center, purpose, and meaning of everything Christianity is, Jesus Christ. And it serves to point towards him, to guide your life towards him. Another way the Zen Buddhists put this is, say you have a wonderful canoe and it gets you across the river. It helps you take the journey you need to. It gets you across the river. You wouldn't just to honor that canoe, carry it over your head the rest of the way, even though you're not going to cross any more water. You wouldn't honor the vehicle that got you there. You would go after your destination. So Christianity is the vehicle to get you to Jesus Christ. You wouldn't over-lionize the canoe. So I wanted to tell you that story because I'm constantly seeing people mix Jesus and Christianity together. And if you can keep them separate, you can remember this. Everything that's wrong with organized religion, I mean this literally, everything that's wrong with institutional Christianity is solved by Jesus Christ. Everything. Watch. If at times Christianity has been violent, like the Crusades or the witch burnings, et cetera, if Christianity is too violent, if you look at Jesus, he's pure nonviolence. peace. He never, ever would use physical violence against anyone, ever. He wouldn't even self-defend. He allowed himself to be killed. He had the powers to self-defend. He had the powers to create horrific miracles to save himself. He wouldn't hurt anybody. Anything wrong with Christianity? If you've noticed, Christianity can put down gay people or people of difference at all, or that Christianity puts down women. The vast majority of Christianity still won't even ordain women as priests or ministers. If you notice this, then just look to Jesus. It fixes it. Jesus had women in his key followers. Mary Magdalene became the apostle to the apostles. He engaged women as equals, and he doesn't say one word against gay people. He wouldn't do that. Everything that is wrong, if you think organized religion is too doctrinaire, too dogmatic, well, read the Gospels. Jesus isn't teaching doctrine all the time. He's practically never teaching doctrine. It's the pure word of love, the pure word of faith. If sometimes you're worried about Christian nationalists and the way that we're converging the Christian religion with nationalistic furor, well, Jesus says, my kingdom is not of this world. If you're worried about fundamentalist Christianity that seems to focus on these specifics with such an intensity, like biblical inerrancy, Jesus never talks about literal biblical inerrancy. There's not even the New Testament in his time yet. The bodily resurrection or the virgin birth or the substitutionary atonement, he doesn't teach any of those. The bodily resurrection in the Bible, it's a mystery. It's both he is a body resurrected, but he's also a soul or spirit because he can pass through walls. So the Bible keeps it a mystery. If you are worried about something about Christianity, just stop. Focus on him. He's perfect. I mean that literally. So look at what Christianity is pointing towards. Jesus. So listen, I have another video I want you to pay some close attention to because it's lovely. This is an old YouTube off our channel as well. But one Sunday, about 6-7 years ago, I asked our minister of music, Tom Trenny, just like the day before, if he could sing a song from Mr. Rogers. I'd just seen the Netflix documentary on Mr. Rogers. I was so moved, I suddenly decided I wanted to preach about Mr. Rogers. And I just asked him, hey, could you sing Sometimes I Wonder If I'm a Mistake? And he said, oh, sure. And I didn't expect much. I didn't give him much time to prepare. But he sat down at the piano and he began to just plaintively sing this song. And then when the choir member comes out of the choir and starts singing with him, it was an amazing moment. And watch this video and listen to what it's saying. It's amazing because of the honesty in the way that he sang it. You could tell he was listening to every word as he sang it. But also, I think all of us at times can feel we're a mistake or we're not good enough. And it goes right to that sense of insecurity that all of us carry around. And then when you hear this soothing voice singing that you're not a mistake, you're perfect just as you are. Listen to this.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm a mistake. I'm not like anyone else I know. When I'm asleep or even awake, sometimes I get to dreaming that I'm a mistake. I'm not like anyone else. Others I know are big and are wild. I'm very small and quite tame. Most of the time I'm weak and I'm mild. Do you suppose that's a shame? Often I wonder if I'm a mistake. I'm not supposed to be scared, am I? Sometimes I cry and sometimes I shake, wondering isn't it true that the strong never break? I'm not like anyone else I know. I'm not like anyone else.
Oh, Tom, you are not a mistake. I think you are just fine as you are. I really must tell you, I do like the person that you are becoming. When you are sleeping, when you are waking, you are my friend. It's really true. I like you. Crying or shaking or dreaming or breaking, there's no one mistaking it. You're my best friend. I think you are just fine as you are. I really must tell you, I do like the person that you are becoming. When you are sleeping, when you are waking, you're not a fake, you're no mistake, you're my friend.
Sometimes I wonder if
You
I'm
are
a
just
mistake.
fine as you are.
I'm not like anyone
I really must
else.
tell you, I do
When I'm asleep
like the
or even
person that
awake,
you are
sometimes I get to
becoming.
dreaming that I'm a mistake. I'm not like anyone
You
else.
are my friend.
Others
It's
I
really
know
true.
are big and are wild.
like
I'm
you.
very small and quite
Crying or shaking or dreaming
Most of the
or breaking,
time
there's
I'm
no
weak
one
and I'm
mistaking
wild.
it.
Do you suppose that's a shame? Often I wonder if I'm a
Just
mistake.
fine as you are.
I'm not supposed to be
I
scared.
really must
am I?
tell you, I do
Sometimes I cry
like the
and sometimes I
person
shake,
you are
wondering isn't it true that the strong
When you
never
are
break?
sleeping,
I'm not like
waking,
anyone
you're not
else
a
I know.
fake,
I'm
you're no
not
mistake, you're my friend.
Friends, before I bless you, I know Jim was talking to you about the Hope House. I want to extend an invitation to you. Maybe you haven't seen the Hope House. Send me an email. We'll love to show you the Hope House. Or maybe you just want to know more about the Hope. What are you all up to? Oh, send me an email and ask me about it. We can set up a coffee, or maybe we'll have a conversation over the phone. Let's together connect to this exciting ministry of First-Plymouth in 2026. Now, friends, God has been manifested all around us. The love of God manifested, the light of Christ manifested. You be that light. You be that manifestation. God is with us. Go in peace. Amen.